Sleep is very, very important. We spend up to 1/3 of our lives asleep, and it's something a lot of people aren't getting enough of. Whether you're scrambling to deal with the demands of work and study, or just finding it hard to sleep at night, oftentimes getting by with less sleep seems like the only answer. But how much sleep do you really need? Now, the question of how much you should sleep is a bit more complicated than you might think. 8 hours is probably the most commonly quoted number, but sometimes knowing how much sleep you need personally is difficult to judge, especially with many of us who have sleep debt, where you can even forget what being genuinely rested feels like. Sleep needs also vary across different ages, and they're impacted by your lifestyle and health. When you're determining how much sleep you need, you don't just need to assess where you fall on the sleep needs spectrum, but you also need to look at what lifestyle factors affect your sleep, like work schedules and stress. To make it even more complicated, stimulants like coffee and energy drinks, alarm clocks, external lights like those from electronics, they can mess with your sleep and wake cycle as well. By understanding your personal sleep needs, you can keep to a healthy sleep schedule and improve the quality of your life. Now, the numbers I'm going to use come from the official recommendations used by the National Sleep Foundation. Because of the huge number of variations, we can't pinpoint the exact amount of sleep needed for each person, but we do have recommended windows of sleep needed, which can be essentially used as a rule of thumb, so to speak. Nevertheless, it's important to pay attention to your individual needs. Some good questions to ask yourself to see if you're getting enough sleep is, are you productive, healthy, and happy on 7 hours of sleep, or do you feel like you need more? Do you have any health issues like being overweight or any diseases? Do you experience common sleeping problems? Do you need caffeine to get you through the day? This is the current guide being used. You can pause the video if you want to look at it in more detail, but some important things to note is that, as you can see, there's substantial variation on the various recommended ranges of sleep, and what may be appropriate for different people. As depending on circumstances, a young adult might need as little as 6 hours of sleep, or as much as 11. For the average adult between 18 to 64 years old, 7 to 9 hours are ideal, and for teens 14 to 17 years old, they need about 8 to 10 hours of sleep. On average, in the United States, adults and teenagers get only 7 hours of sleep per day, which tends to result in a lot of people not getting enough sleep. However, for many others, it's not just lost sleep, it's chronic sleep deprivation. For seniors, despite the common thought they need less sleep, over 65 years old, you still need about 7 to 8 hours, though this is more commonly spread out in naps throughout the day. When you lose even an hour of sleep, it can affect your ability to think properly, respond quickly, and can also compromise your own cardiovascular health and ability to fight infections. There's a big difference between how much sleep you need to get through the day versus how much sleep you need to work the best. Beyond just the amount of time you sleep, the quality of the sleep itself is also important. Some people can sleep 8 or 9 hours a night, but still don't feel well rested because the quality of their sleep was poor. Deep sleep and REM sleep are particularly important. Deep sleep is the time when the body truly rests and repairs itself, and you can help get more of it by avoiding things like alcohol, nicotine, and keeping away loud noises and light around you when you're asleep. REM sleep, or rapid eye movement, tends to happen towards the end of sleeping, and although it is not very well understood, it is known that it's important for our brains, so skipping half an hour to an hour in the morning can have a lot bigger effect on you than you'd realize. You also need to consider the difference between your basal sleep need, which is the amount of sleep you'd need each day, versus your sleep debt, which is when you haven't gotten enough sleep for a while. So even if you get an excellent night of sleep, if you built up enough sleep debt, then you're still going to be feeling terrible. It's pretty common for a lot of people to make up for lost sleep during the week by just sleeping in more on the weekends. And although sleeping like this can help relieve part of your sleep debt, it won't make up for that lack of sleep. As well, sleeping in late in the weekends can mess with your sleep and wake cycles, so it's a lot harder to get to sleep at the right time on Sunday nights and then get up early on Monday mornings. Not everyone is going to be able to get the proper amount of sleep each day, especially in today's society. With the demands of work or study, there's often so little time in the day that 7 hours of sleep is a luxury. However, for others who can get it, the good news is you don't need to choose between health and productivity. By fixing your sleeping problems and making sure to get the sleep you need each night, you can lower your stress, help you maintain a healthy body weight, improve athletic performance, and help you pay attention. And you'll be much more likely to get more done in the day than if you're skipping on sleeping and trying to work longer. Sleeping is by far one of the most effective methods, or the single most effective period for improving your general health. And there's no other activity in your life that gets so much done by doing so little. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below, and if you'd like to see more like it, then you can hit that subscribe button as well to see my videos when they come out. If you really don't want to miss them, then you can also hit that bell down there to get the notifications for my channel. Anyways, enjoy your day, and please get enough sleep.